with our session.
Yes.
Friends, it is said that, Sar Salamat to Pagdi Hazar. But we as a woman forget this most basic phrase in our life because we are daughters first, we are daughter-in-laws first, wives and mothers first. And कहीं time मिला तो हमको सबसे आखिरी में रखते हैं. And for that matter, we have that guilt also कि how can I put myself first? But we need to understand यदि सर ही सलामत नहीं है तो पगड़ियों का करेंगे क्या? Believe it or not, we are the engines जो गाड़ी चलाते हैं. हम लोग बोलते हैं ना मम्मी की तबीयत ठीक नहीं है, पूरा घर ही हमें कैसा लगता है? घर आजारी है, मराठी में कहते हैं, right? So I am very happy to see that many of you have chosen this by attending the first session and this session as well, physically and over virtual mode, that yes, you've taken the right step. You have to put yourself first, if not always, sometimes. We have to ensure our health first of all, because if we are not healthy, how are we going to take care of our loved ones? The one who are looking towards us to take care of them, right? So on to mark the celebration of International Women's Day, we at Nagpur ICAI have planned that yes, we have to make our lady members, not only the CA members, but the spouses of the male members as well, to make to understand and make them aware that yes, our health is very important. Physical fitness and the overall well-being of our body. So in this session, we have got two eminent doctors from our city, Dr. Mrudul Chande and Nalini Kurvey ma'am, to deliberate us on the health issues and the women nutrition facts. To officially start the gathering, I would request our chairperson, CA Jitin Saglani sir, to give his welcome address.
Thank you so much, Swarupa ma'am, for this wonderful opening remarks from your side as well. Friends, I wish to welcome the two speakers, the most coveted Dr. Mrudul Chande ma'am, who will be speaking on health issues to be looked after by women after 30, and Dr. Nalini Kurvey ma'am, who will be guiding us on nutrition for women's health. As rightly stated by Swarupa ma'am, that when it comes to, say, home management, and I think in our body also, there are various parts, right from the head, wherein we start thinking from, and we have the arms, we have the legs and limbs and everything. But most important is our stomach, because what we eat is very important. And if we eat properly, the nutrition that we take is proper, I think most of the issues that we face in health side can be addressed. So this session would be very important because we already covered our limbs in the morning, wherein we did a lot of movement. But now we have to understand that what nutrition we should be taking at various ages, because unless we do that, our exercises merely will not help. So it's better that we manage both, we balance both. And for this session is very important and helpful. I am very much thankful to both the speakers. Also, I wish to convey my greetings to the committee members who are here today, Secretary C. Akshay Gulane, CA Ajay Vaswani, CA Deepak Jethwani, Vikasa Chairperson, CA Trupti Bhattar, and the coordinator of today's session, CA Swarupa Vazalwar. In absentia, I would like to mention the names of CA Sanjay M. Agarwal, the Vice Chairperson, and CA Sanjay C. Agarwal, the Managing Committee Member. Along with that, the Treasurer, CA Dinesh Rati, in absentia. So friends, I wish to welcome all the ladies out here as well as the male members, and I look forward to a wonderful learning experience in this session. Thank you and thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would request CA Trupti Bhattar to come.
Your voice again gone. Can't hear. I think we may have to fight.
Nothing can be heard.
Now it's okay. Fine.
A very good morning to all of you, a member present on the dais and my professional colleagues. It's my privilege to introduce Mrudul ma'am to all of you. She is a practicing gynecologist and colpologist, colposcopist. She is running cervical cancer screening program at Nagpur Colposcopy Center. She is the President Association of Medical Women in Nagpur for the tenure 2018 to 2021. She is a faculty at various state, national and international conferences. She has contributed article on carcinoma endometrium in Foxy Focus. She is a co-investigator in a research project on VIA conducted at Kanhan PHC, District Nagpur. She has presented poster on role of colposcopy in cervical cancer screening at MWIA International Conference, South Korea 2013. She has participated in MWIA Centennial Conference, New York, USA 2019. Her area of interest includes cervical cancer screening, health awareness in women, promote education and financial independence in girls and women. Her hobbies include reading, travel, sports, specifically badminton and table tennis. So we are privileged to have you, ma'am, here. And next we are having Nalini Kurvey, ma'am. She is a secretary of Association of Medical Women in India. She is a practicing obstetrician and gynecologist at Nagpur. She is the ex-president of Association of Medical Women in Nagpur. She is the ex-president of Nagpur Obstetrics and Gynecological Society. NOGS has received the Best Society Prize at Foxy during her tenure. She is an active member of many NGOs like International Physicians for Prevention of Nuclear War, IIEDEP, EIP, PSR, Working for Peace and Human Rights. She has attended and organized many national and international conferences. Her hobbies include traveling, and we are privileged to have you here, ma'am, with us.
Thank you, Tripti. Ma'am, all of us are eager to hear from both of you. And more so, we were really looking forward to welcome you personally over here at our institute. But nonetheless, we will have chances in the future. Meanwhile, kindly accept our welcome virtually. And we will make sure that, as our token, we will be sending you the utility bouquet with which we usually welcome our speakers. So, ma'am, without wasting much of your time, I would request Mrudul ma'am first maybe to give her deliberation.
Can I say a few words before I start with my deliberation?
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
Oh, well, very good morning. It's a pleasant good morning, I would say. And I'm really very happy to see the men folk taking the initiative in women's health. That calls for a big applause, I would say. And it's really creditable to the organizing committee or your committee to organize such a nice program in welfare of your women members. And I'm thankful to Chairman CA Jitendra Saglani and Secretary CA Akshay Gulhane and the whole team, certainly. And we are thankful for your invitation and for giving us an opportunity to talk on such a vital topic. I would say that I'm really very, very impressed with your interest in women's health. Thank you so much. So do you want me to continue with the deliberation, or what do you say?
You may please.
I think Dr. Nalini Kurvey will set the ball rolling with her talk on nutrition and exercise.
Okay.
And then my talk, if it follows, will be appropriate.
Okay, ma'am. That way also will do.
Yeah,
so,
thank you so much.
Nalini ma'am, please.
So, very good morning and happy Women's Day to all women and the men who has taken the initiative for such a wonderful program. on Women's Health on Women's International Day. So congratulations and all the best wishes. So and thank you for the nice introduction. Chairman of Nagpur branch, CA Jitendra Saglani, Secretary CA Akshay Gulhane, today's coordinator, and all the delegates and members of CA family and their family members too. So happy Women's Day to one and all. And can I share my screen now? Hello, can I share my screen now?
Yes, ma'am.
So,
Yeah.
Can you see my screen?
No, ma'am.
Ma'am, you have to click on the share screen option on the Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Share screen.
Once you do that, you'll be asked to which screen is required to be shared will be asked, and then you can actually share the screen. Share button पे click कर देंगे तो screen will start.
Yeah, I did it. Yeah. Share screen. I'm going to share screen.
Yeah, now it is visible, ma'am. But the presentation is not there. You have to change the, yeah, perfect.
Now it is there?
Yes.
Perfect.
Can you
Okay,
put it as
okay.
You can just
So
press,
I can put it in slideshow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Perfect. So very good morning to one and all. And today I have been given the topic of nutrition and health awareness in women. As such, I will be setting the stage by giving the tips on nutrition and health awareness. So happy Women's Day once again to one and all. We all know that United Nations theme of 2022 for International Women's Day is gender equality today for a sustainable tomorrow. And that is break the bias. We all know that in our male-dominated society, most of the decisions for the family are taken by male members. And so we need women empowerment. And what is women empowerment? It is the education, awareness, training, economic independence. But most important thing of women empowerment is a say in decision making. Of course, we should have say in all the decision makings, but being a doctor, I say that when it comes to one's health, the woman should have her final decision in her own health. She should take the responsibility of her health. She should not depend on her, whether her brother will take care of her husband will take care of her father will take care of her. No. We are independent. Being the CA, you are earning, you are literate, so you can take the care and responsibility of your own health. And why health awareness? Why health awareness? We know that WHO says that what is health? It is not only the absence of disease, but it is the well-being of all aspects of ourselves, like physical, social, intellectual, everything. And what COVID-19 has taught us? It has taught us a bitter lesson. The persons who is having the comorbidities, they have to suffer a lot. And so each and every person now knows that, yes, if I am having comorbidity, I should not have any comorbidity. If I am having comorbidity, I should take care of myself. From hand wash, sanitation, we learned many things, and we have to watch for our weight. When somebody comes to my clinic and if I ask her, did you gain weight in last 6 months or 1 or 2 years? And she is confused. Most of the time she is confused and she says that maybe. I say, why maybe? We are looking in the mirror, we are wearing the clothes. So we know that whether we are fitting in the clothes, which way we are bulging or something like that. So you don't have to weigh yourself very regularly, but you know where your health is going. And thyroid, diabetes mellitus, hypertension, cancer, some of the cancers like breast cancer, ovarian cancer, they run in families. So if any of these element is in our near and dear ones, we have to be vigilant. We have to be watchful for ourselves. And health, it is not for today's health. It is not just today's health. It starts from home, ends at tomb. Our mothers, when she was carrying us, what diet, what nutrition she has got, which food we were eating from the childhood, which food we were eating when we were growing up, and which food we are having today, that matters, and that is responsible for our health. There are many issues of women's health like menstrual cycles, obesity, PCOD, anemia, endometriosis, intimate hygiene, pregnancy, and all that. If I go in detail, it will take a lot of time. But about menstrual cycles, I will say something. Menstrual cycles, it should be 28 to 32 days cycle. In some women, it can be 1.5 months to 2 months. And if it is regular, average flow, that's good. But if it is too irregular, if the flow is too much, 3 to 4 pads on first or second day, and from the third day, the bleeding should become less and less. And it should stop on 5th or 6th day. If we are soaking 3-4 pads on 3rd or 4th day, if it is lasting for more than 7 days, then we are losing the blood from our body. We should consult our doctor, because otherwise the girls or women, they get anemia. And as I said, we should watch our weight, because obesity has become a too much problem nowadays. And with that comes PCOD. PCOD, every girl, most of the girls, they are suffering from PCOD, women suffering from PCOD because of our sedentary lifestyle and our eating habits. So we know about it. We have to take care of that. So I will not go in much detail. If the pain of menstrual cycle, it is for 1 day or before, just for starting for 5-6 hours or some few hours, then it's okay, because it is because of some hormones secreting during the menstrual cycle starting. But if lasts for 2nd or 3rd day, if worsens, then you have to consult your doctor. About intimate hygiene, some vaginal discharge is okay. But if it is purulent, if it is foul smelling, if it is irritating, if it is blood stained, then you have to see your gynecologist. And pregnancy, each and every woman goes to her gynecologist or obstetrician, and that is taken care of. So I will not go in much detail. Now about the topic given to me is nutrition. So I'm not a dietitian, but a gynecologist, and day-to-day life in our clinic, we have to give some or other advice to our patients. So we know about our diet or nutrition. The nutrition comes from the macronutrients like carb, protein, fat, fibers, and micronutrients. Carbohydrate we need for our day-to-day activities, energy giving, functioning of the organs, and 60 to 70% of our diet it should be, and it comes from grains like wheat, jawar, maize, rice, legumes, vegetables. And proteins we need for bodybuilding, muscle building, bones, and tissue repair. It should be 20 to 30 or 35%. And it comes from meat, fish, eggs, milk products, paneer, tofu, soy, legumes, lentils. Shall I talk in English only, or English and Hindi will be better?
Hybrid would be good.
What you say?
Either ways is fine. As in, if you make it
okay,
like
okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And fat, it should be consist 20%, and it comes from oil, ghee, animal fat. फैट के बारे में जो भी ऑयल जो है normal temperature पे जो liquid रहता है, that is much better than the solidified fat. And 1 teaspoonful of ghee is okay for a day. Then fibers is needed for the digestion and to have the feeling of satiety, and that we'll get from vegetables and fruits. Micronutrients we are having from it vitamins and minerals, and we get it from veggies and fruits. Fresh fruits are always better. Dry fruits, they are energy packed, mineral packed, vitamin packed, and it should be eaten in less quantity. You are eating the handful of or small amount, it's okay. Refined flour, sugar, salt, that should be used sparingly or very less in our day-to-day cooking. And we should ensure that with every meal, it contains optimum amount of protein, vitamins, grams, pulse, protein, vitamins, minerals, fibers. And protein in each meal, we can have from dal, paneer, gram flour, pulses. In Marathi, we call it zunka. So any Simla Mirchi zunka, then methi zunka, we can put gram flour in it. So it is good. We are putting some proteins in it. We are putting some dal, like chana dal, moong dal, भिगो के हम डालते हैं कुछ सब्जियों में. That is also a good thing. Sprouting, soaking, fermentation, they not only enhances the nutritional value of the product or the cooking, but it enhances the taste also, and they are very good for means easily digested. They are full. We need calcium, vitamin D, then iron, then B12, zinc, iodine. But some of these minerals or vitamins we don't get from the vegetarian food. It is very difficult to get. So we can have the supplements with the prescription or with the advice of our doctors. We should have 3 meals. There is no doubt about it. But one should avoid late night cravings. I know many of you are working late nights, and after dinner or after some like that. So either a cracker or small amount of fruit or a half cup of milk is okay, but try to avoid as far as possible after dinner something putting in your mouth. And the dinner should be at, they said, like 1.5 to 2 hours before sleeping. Curd, beans, lentils, chicken, fish, meat, they not only give the essential amino acids, but they are good sources of healthy fats and low in calories. For non-vegetarians, they get all essential amino acids, but for the vegetarian, it is difficult. So we have to either means one day we can have the chana dal, we can have moong dal, in spite of having tur dal every day. We can have some sprouts or something like that to have the essential amino acids for in our body. अभी street food जो है वो सबको चटपटा अच्छा लगता है because it is very tasty, made for sale, so they make it very tasty as far as tasty. But if you put some spices like cinnamon, cardamom, turmeric, ginger, black pepper, curry leaves, coriander, pudina in our cooking, if we add it, we can make the palatable, tasty dishes at home, and that too is healthy also. And one should have the calorie count, and that should be 1600 to 2000 calories per day, because we are sedentary workers. You must have seen the manual workers. They work all day through their hands and legs, and they carry loads of weight also. So we need little less calories than those manual workers. I love this dish. This is sambar. And you can put any vegetable, anything. Every woman, she knows how and what to be put in sambar. And it is itself a complete dish. Either you can have it as such, or you can have it a little rice, and chapati. This is our Indian staple diet. So it is good. Everything is good. The right-handed is also good. You can see when there is a heap of rice, no roti is there. So we can have roti, small piece of a small amount of rice, and we can have the balanced diet. It is not necessary that we should have the all exotic foods or like that. And salad. See the salad. It is the small quantity, not the full bowl of salad. They say that the Indian diet is more carbohydrate based. Yes, it is carbohydrate based, but we can have the mix and match policy. We know, being the literate women, we know what protein, how much dale, हमारी दालें जो है उस रहता है, कितना कार्बोहाइड्रेट रहता है, रोटी में कितना रहता है, सब इसमें कुछ ना कुछ रहता है. And see the nutritional value of each food without ghee. Dal, if you put tadka, 154 calories, means adding of fat, that is oil or ghee, that may. So we have to look
Dr. Kurvey, your voice is breaking in between.
and we have to
Ma'am, Nalini ma'am, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I guess there is an issue with the network at your end.
Your voice is breaking.
It is not necessary that every day we are going to talk about exercise. Enough, but I say hello. Every day we eat. Every day we take bath. Why not exercise? Hello.
Now you are audible. Hi, now you are audible.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello.
Now we can hear you. In between, your voice was breaking.
Now, yeah, it's okay.
It's okay now.
Okay, sorry for. Yeah, okay, sorry. It was so about exercise, you should do time anywhere. 20 more, 40 to 60 minutes or more than that to reduce the weight. For strength or building the muscles, bones, we need to have the weights, exercise, stretching, and push-ups. Yogasana, they gave us flexibility and increases our stamina. And pranayama, they are breathing exercises. So it causes relaxation and helps in good sleep. Many times when I ask the patients, what exercise you do, and they out also. Most of us, we are having the white collar work culture. Now we are in white collar work culture, but we have to walk for 5 minutes. I will suggest walk for 5 minutes at an interval of at least 1.5 or to 2 years, because we are having the sitting job. Most of the time we are sitting in front of the computer. We have given the target, but take out some time. Go for a loo, go for a tea break, go for fetching the water or anything, and take out those 5 minutes to walk. And when you are talking on the phone, now you have got the mobile. So why not you have the habit of talking on mobile while walking? Do spot jogging, high knee exercises, enjoy 20 minutes of dance workout. There are innumerable exercises on YouTube. You can put it on and you can do it. That means this way you can have your me time. You can have your control of your health. So these are the exercises, few of the exercises. You can walk on the treadmill, you can walk in the garden, you can have the dances, you can have the stretching exercises, you can have the balancing or core building. So you can go for any exercise. So nutrition, proper nutrition and the exercises. That is the whole thing about our health issues. So if we take care of our health, we will be fine. We can take care of our family. We can take care of our surroundings. So happy Women's Day and thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Your deliberation has certainly helped us to plan our diet. It's not very perfectly, but then a balanced diet wherein carbs have to be 60 to 70%, fibers which we'll get from the veggies and fruits, and most importantly, 1600 to 2000 calories per day. So we will certainly try to plan our diet accordingly. And yes, one thing we can assure that is late night meals a strict no. Heading forward, I now request Mrudul ma'am to please carry forward the session with your deliberation.
Okay. Thank you so much. I will share my screen. May I? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. I just put it in. Just a minute. I'll put it in slideshow mode. I'm not able to. Just a minute. Can you see it in slideshow mode?
Ma'am, but can you put it as a slideshow?
That is what I'm trying. But
Ma'am,
yeah, I know, but I don't know why one screen has come up on my another screen, so I'm not able to. Okay.
start from first slide. वहाँ पे एक option है शायद.
Yeah. There is. Okay.
हाँ, click that.
Yeah, I clicked it. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. So once again, thank you so much for inviting me for this wonderful session, and wish you a very happy International Women's Day.
Thank you very much.
In fact, I tell you, I'm always fascinated by those who play with figures. I'm literally very much impressed with. And you all are uh, great players with the figures, and I see Saraswati in all you CAs. So I'm really very happy to be with you. Thank you so much, Dr. Kurvey, for setting the stage for me, because you have already spoken on nutrition and exercise, which are the two core issues of anyone's health, more so of women's health. So, as this year's WHO theme has very wisely been floated, gender equality, and it has been in the background of COVID-19 pandemic, that women in leadership achieving an equal future in COVID-19 world. Yes. And if you go by health, health is not just physical health. It is physical, mental, psychosocial, and I would add to it, emotional well-being as well. Unless you are healthy at mind, you can't be healthy in body. A healthy mind harbors healthy body, and that is absolutely correct saying. And perfect health is one of the fundamental rights of every human being, irrespective of gender. So at this point of time, I would like to make all the intelligent women present here to remember one thing. There are very few lucky women who get their rights on a platter. You are showered with duties and responsibilities the moment you attain a age जब आपको समझ में आने लगता है. So everybody in the family keeps on telling you, do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that. These do's and don'ts come into your life. But remember one thing, you keep doing your duty and your responsibility, carrying out it diligently. But when it comes to rights, you have to take your rights. Sometimes you have to snatch your rights, because women are still playing second fiddle to men. We have to bring our status to their level and make them understand that women are also human beings. Women later, human beings first. So your responsibility is to look after yourself, and it has so rightly been said, God helps them who help themselves. You look after yourself, others would pitch in. And you all have experienced that the whole family revolves around a woman. Woman is the pivot of the family. In fact, if she is healthy, her family is healthy. And in turn, the nation is healthy. Oh, well, how do I play? Okay. So, don't forget yourself. As Dr. Kurvey has already told you, that always go in for your me time. Indulge in yourself. Don't have any guilt feeling for yourself. General health is a different issue which is almost similar to both the genders, but women's health issues differ from that of men in very many ways. Like there are issues with breast, diseases of breast, or genital organs, the cervix, the uterus, the infections, and all these, they vary and they are unique to women. Plus, the issues related to pregnancy and delivery and rearing of the child, they are also very unique to women. In such a situation, when she is overburdened with duties and responsibilities, it is not very normal, I would say. It's very natural. If one is not getting any support from the family members or a husband, then she might go in depression. She might become anxious. And these are the emotional issues which are faced by women more frequently. And we being in a situation where women come to us in various phases of their lives, and we have to do play with the figures on a sheet of paper in black and white. And that is what your clients need. But we are also sitting in the same situation like you, a public place, but we have to take the woman sitting across us or a human being sitting across us as a whole, not just the body, not just her complaints. We have to take her psyche into consideration, her emotional issues into consideration. Many issues are related to psychology or emotional stress, or so many issues are there which are related to mind. So it is mind and body which plays hand in hand, particularly in women. So we need to read our woman as a whole, not as just some complaint like she has a white discharge or she has bleeding problem or some tumor or something like that. We can't restrict our field, our vision to that particular issue only, but head to toe, she's to be taken into consideration. We have to win her confidence so she confides in us, she opens up with us and tells her, enumerates or expresses her problems, even intimate problems with her, so that she can be treated as a whole. So, for though it is for women, but ultimately every woman is a girl, a child to start with. So I have divided my talk in 5 components, like young girls, because every phase has different issues. Young women, the reproductive age, say in our country, we can say from 20 to 40, the menopausal age when she ceases to have her periods, and the period following cessation of periods, post-menopausal. And the most important is social, mental, psychological, and emotional health. This last point brings in rest of the health if she is healthy at these points. As those who have seen last century would have experienced that till last century, medical science was not as advanced as it is today. So we would face more of diseases which would require management. So we call it 20th century was century of management. But as the medical science unravels its secrets and we get to know various aspects of various diseases, we work on the line of prevention. You know, prevention is better than cure. So you can say 21st century is a century of prevention, that we don't allow the disease to spring up, or if at all it has come up, tap or catch it in the beginning so that we can give her full treatment and save her from the painful end results. So this is in short just to make you conversant with female genital system. This is cervix, which is the most commonly afflicted organ in women. And this is also known as mouth of the womb, ya garbhashay ka mukh, which opens up at the time of normal delivery and the baby is delivered. This is vagina, which is the birth canal. It is known as birth canal as well. This is also exposed to exterior, so open to infections and all. This is the body of the uterus, the main womb in which the baby develops. And this is the internal lining of the uterus, which is shed in monthly menstrual cycle. This also may get disease or problems may come up with this, and then they show up as different symptoms. This is the tube connecting, which carries the ovum or bead, which is released from the ovary, the underkosh, and then it travels through this tube and the pregnancy lodges here. So these are the main organs of women who one time or other may give some problem, but this is the commonest site of diseases, the cervix. Coming to the young girls, see, there are 2-3 transition phases or very challenging phases in the life of a woman. The young girl is one of them. When she's growing, she's passing through a transition phase from child to going into the teenage phase. There is a lot of emotional turmoil. There is peer pressure, which might drive her into risky behavior. And today's exposure to internet, to audio visual, to all sorts of negative aspects of internet, she may indulge into risky behavior. There are issues related to nutrition, as Dr. Kurvey has already enumerated on, and then fallout of nutritional deficiencies. There is lack of exercise. Now, since for the last 2 to 2.5 years, we have seen children perforce taking up the screen. And then now they have become addicted to, which has brought them to zero exercise because they could not go out, could not play outdoor games. And gradually the lethargy sets in. Then they find it very comfortable. They are in their comfort zone. And their life becomes absolutely sedentary, listless. There is no energy in it like that. And so the fallout of this is obesity. Then personal hygiene. We need to teach our girls what is personal hygiene, what is genital hygiene. That is very, very important to keep infections away. Menstrual hygiene. This is very important. Dr. Kurvey has already given you an idea that there could be a normal cycle, there could be an abnormal cycle. Should there be an abnormal cycle, you immediately visit the doctor. But initially, I will just give you a tip that when the girl starts with her periods, initially for 3-4 years, she may have irregular cycles, little heavy cycles. And as the time passes by 16 to 17 years of her age, the menstrual cycle sets in a regular pattern. You just have to pay. She doesn't need any medication. She needs just supportive treatment like diet or exercise. And maybe if she has become anemic, then you have to give her supplements and all. Like that, you have to provide her. And menstrual hygiene is very important because blood is a very rich medium for any infection to grow. So if by any chance she catches some infection by her unhygienic practices, she will develop an infection which may linger on for her life and give her trouble all through. So you have to, as mother, you have to teach her the menstrual hygiene and see to it that she observes and practices it. Then vaccination. There are certain vaccines which need to be given to teenagers. One of them, the most important one, is HPV vaccine or the vaccine against cervical cancer. You must have heard, many of you must have heard of it, because I think most of the members are very Google savvy and they are well aware of what is happening in the world. So You must have heard of HPV vaccine. This vaccine, preferably, it is to be given to the girls between 9 to 14 years, when only a single dose will work. But suppose you could not give it before 15 years of age, you can give 2 or 3 doses up to the age of 26. In 70% of the cases, this will protect her from cervical cancer. And tell you, cervical cancer is the only cancer which has primary prevention, which we call that it can be prevented by a vaccine like triple polio we give for various diseases of childhood. So similarly, this vaccine will protect her against cervical cancer in her later life to the tune of 70%, because there are n number of strains of viruses. So this is particularly against 2 very high risk viruses which cause cancer in 70% of the cases. So kindly take care of your daughter and give her a gift of life. Education you are giving, rest everything you are giving. Along with that, on one of the birthdays, you give her a gift of life as HPV vaccine. That is my sincere appeal to you all. And coming to women's life, you tell me, when you have completed your education, you have entered into the womanhood, apparently between 20 to 40, apparently she remains healthy. There are various issues, mostly mind issues, which play havoc with her body. But then neither she has time nor family members have time to look after her. So why do you think that women's health is important? As I have already said, woman is the pivot of the family around which the whole family revolves. She has a central role in the family. And you have seen, quite a few of you must have seen a family without a woman, how they function, what difficulties they face. They themselves only know. Now, coming to health, how do we achieve this? You might say, well, if I have some problem, whom do I contact? How do I contact? Or what are the common problems in the age group after 20 or so? Do these diseases carry some warning signals or warning signs which will prompt you to visit your doctor immediately? Yes, there are. So now coming to the issues of young women. See, young women are full of energy. Today's young women are really ambitious. They are going up the ladder like anything. They are surpassing the males, I would say, in many sectors. And that is a real good sign for a healthy society, a progressive society, definitely. As I have already told you, issues of childhood, if they are not taken into consideration, if they are not intercepted in time, they may continue in the adulthood also. Nutrition and exercise are 2 core issues which continue to have important place in your life. So pay due attention to your nutrition. Good eating is important, but at the same time, I would say how you cook is equally important. The senior ones must have seen their mothers cooking in iron vessel, using iron tawa. Why? Because that gives you iron from your diet. Dr. Kurvey has already explained that vegetarian diet is deficient in certain things. So instead of using fancy kitchenware, which are in fact they are harmful, that has come to the fore, that all those non-stick and those Hindallium and German and all that, whatever have been occupying a place in the kitchen, are really harmful. Why don't you replace it with iron kadhai and one iron tawa? Cook your vegetables, boil your dal, and transfer it to the steel or glass or whatever fancy pots you want to. But what you eat is important and how you cook is equally important. Then, as teenagers, like I said, peer pressure is always there. They may indulge in tobacco use or alcohol use, and before they come to know that they are into it, it may become abusive. So see to it that you don't indulge in. Here I would say, if the child and parent communication is open, if the child knows that I can freely talk to my parent, open my mind, ask them questions, whatever type it is, whether it is related to substances or relationships or sex or anything. If she knows that yes, she can talk to her parents, including father, openly, and she will get a response in a healthy way, I don't think that the child will indulge in all these things. She may go into substance abuse. Genital infections is a big issue, which may be because of promiscuous behavior. You do not know. These days, the exposure is so much that unless and until you have given them the tips and the guidance about her health, her relations, and you better tell her do's, don't tell her don'ts, because don'ts are not accepted so pleasantly. Even we know it, right? Then menstrual issues and menstrual hygiene, I have already told you. By this age, you are into the work or you're married, you have children, so you have lots of responsibilities. And many times it has seen that stress also results into menstrual disorders. You may not pay due attention to your hygiene during menstruation. These days, you must have quite a few, the young generation, the millennials and the Generation Z must have heard of menstrual cup. So give away with pads and all these disposable things which are really spoiling our environment. This cup is environment friendly, it is user friendly. You get plenty of videos on the YouTube, and then try to use it. In due course of time, you will become used to it. You will find it very, very comfortable and convenient. Emotional stress, as I have told you, you are upgraded or promoted to the position of a wife or mother, or when you are working, you go up the ladder, higher the post, more the responsibilities, more the stress. So you should be able to cope up with your stress. That is most important. And don't let emotional stress or psychological stress or mental stress play with your body. You talk openly in the home. You can communicate. If you have open communication lines, I don't think this problem would come up. Then HPV vaccine, as I have told you, preferably it should be given to the girls of 9 to 14 years of age. But suppose for any reason, it could not be given by that age, you can always take it up to the age of 26. But then only thing is that you will have to take 2 or 3 doses. That is the difference. But you must take this vaccine. Am I clearly audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you. Now, young women are faced with pregnancy and pregnancy-related issues. Pregnancy is a very, very, very challenging phase in a young woman's life. Most of you must have gone through it and you've experienced. If the pregnancy is uneventful, the delivery is uneventful, you are lucky one. Otherwise, minor to major problems may come up. Then other issues may come up, domestic issues may come up. That is the reason आप लोगों को सभी को ये अनुभव होगा कि पहली डिलीवरी मदर के यहाँ पर क्यों होती है. The reason is the atmosphere is conducive. She's a first timer. She doesn't know what to expect. She has no experience of it. So she wants absolutely comfortable, happy, and good, conducive atmosphere to carry her pregnancy in a healthy way. Stress would result and adversely on the baby. Plus, she has to look into her own health. If the mother is healthy, she will carry a healthy child. She will deliver a healthy child. So, इसीलिए अभी the situation has changed, the psyche has changed for good. I'm really very happy. Girls are equally happy and comfortable with their in-laws or with going through all these stages at wherever she is. You need regular health checkups. During pregnancy, of course, you know that you have to go for checkup and you abide by that. But once you have completed your family, how many of you think of visiting your gynecologist, meeting her, and finding out what is required? I'm sure very few, right? Because by then, after 30 years of age, you need to go in for regular health checkup. But by then, your responsibilities have piled up. You hardly have any time to look for yourself. But if you take care of your health, others would pitch in. And don't expect anyone or don't wait for anyone to take you to the doctor and get your checkup done. No. You are the intelligentsia of the society. You are on your own, like Dr. Kurvey has said. You are well educated, you are financially independent, and I presume you are psychologically, emotionally, mentally independent. Take yourself to the doctor. Go for checkups, whatever required. And remember one thing, after the age of 30, apparently you are healthy, but not necessarily that you are healthy. Like I have shown you in the picture of female genital organs, the cervix, which is the site of maximum diseases, is inside the body. That can be seen from outside. And there is no way to find out whether it is healthy or unhealthy, whether it is harboring some infection or some serious disease. So for that, after the age of 30, make it a point to gift yourself a birthday gift every year. That will keep you in best health. And health is wealth. This pandemic has taught each and everyone, whether you are a billionaire or you are a just low socioeconomic. So remember, you need to undergo certain lab checks like hemoglobin, blood sugar, the thyroid profile, vitamin D, the cholesterol level, the lipid profile. These figures cannot be judged clinically, or you cannot judge them on your own. You have to go through the lab tests to know the actual levels. And these days, you must have heard about that vitamin D deficiency has become rampant in a country like India, where Surya Narayan is so generous. Still, we are facing all this because we have changed our lifestyle to more on the unhealthy side than on the healthy side, right? So, going, enumerating and understanding all the points which I've already told you, you know what is healthy lifestyle, what you should be doing to keep your health in A shape. So follow healthy lifestyle. I don't say that you don't indulge in pani puri and chaat and all, fine, or junk food for that matter, but Make it a point. Be disciplined. Make it a point to indulge in all these things once in a while, say once in a week and all. You can have a feast like that. But for 6 days, if you consume healthy food, that can easily be countered. Your children will also learn the same thing. Teach them by emulation, not by passion. No one is interested in passion, right? Exercise, as I have already told you, exercise is integral part of healthy body and mind. Exercise releases happy hormones that gives you energy and a feeling of well-being. So please do exercise regularly. And when you are doing your exercise, your child will emulate you. And the child will also do the same. You don't have to tell your children that do exercise, eat healthy. What you are doing, they are following. Okay? Then breast self-examination. Once you turn 20, you need to examine your breast for yourself so that you know the normal breast. What is their shape, what is the skin, where the nipple is there any pigmentation or any spot or anything like that. When you know the normal, you will be able to pick up the abnormal. I'll show you the image, how to do breast self-examination in my subsequent slide. Then work-life balance. Women like you or me or those who are working, they are always overburdened with work at workplace and work at home. Because you can't just say that I'm working, so I will not do the domestic chores. Certainly not. But learn to delegate the responsibility. Don't keep on doing everything for yourself. Teach your children to help you. Involve everyone in your domestic day-to-day work. They will understand that, yes, I'm also part of the family and I have an active role to play. You just tell me if I'm exceeding the time. Hello?
Like maybe another 10 minutes.
Oh, yes, will do. No problem. It is such a vast subject. I try to keep it concise, but then once you stop talking, then issues come up. Okay, fine. So you have to chalk out your own work-life balance, but I would say at workplace or at home, you delegate the responsibilities, you will get your me time. Okay. Then reproductive age group is from 30 to 55, 60 or so. As I have already told you in your, for young women, you carry on with your regular gynae visits. This is the time when you require a pap test or a PV test, maybe a further examination if there is some issue with your cervix. Then you keep on doing your breast examination every month after say 7th or 8th day of your period, but once in a year, you must get it checked by your clinician. Mammography is recommended after the age of 40 years. And if you have family history of breast cancer, maybe you will be advised to do it more frequently. Regular medical checks for your blood pressure, blood sugar are most important, because don't think that women do not suffer from all these issues. They equally suffer from, and the heart diseases are in the same quantum as it is in men. Know your body well. When you know your body well, you know what's going wrong. Even if it is very petty, very slight, then also you will know. Don't forget your eyes. As you reach 40, you find difficulty in focusing. So do visit your doctor. Then vaccines, you cannot forget just because you are an adult, not that you don't have to take any vaccines like tetanus toxoid, flu shot, and now the newly added COVID-19 shot. So all these are required. If somebody has respiratory problems, maybe pneumococcal vaccine will be required. Then there are diagnostic modalities like sonography will detect many issues. This is the time when you have around 40, 45 that you may get into irregular or heavy and irregular bleeding. Don't go by hearsay. कि अभी तो क्या पीरियड जाने वाला है इसलिए ऐसे होता है. No, must visit your gynecologist and rule out any health issue. So this is my appeal to you. Menopausal and postmenopausal, this is another transitional phase which comes up with age-related issues like certain malignancies or certain diseases like of breast or ovary or uterus. They start showing up after the age of 50 or 60 years of age. And now since the life expectancy is increasing, so we are seeing more of such cases, then you please continue with your regular gynec medical visits. As I told you, disease of uterus, ovary and breast, they come up by then. And go for whatever the doctor advises you. Follow the advice honestly, religiously. There is failing bone health. If you have been doing exercise regularly in your childhood, your adulthood, you will be spared to some extent because the bone is formed up to the age of 30 and then the formation rate decreases, but the weakening rate increases. Nutrition and exercise, I will keep on emphasizing that these are the core issues. Then keep your blood pressure and blood sugar in check. That will save you from complications resulting from. So these are the declining hormone levels. Actually, they cause emotional turmoil. You may experience, few of you must have experienced night sweats or sudden hot flashes, or there is lack of sleep or irritability, anxiety. All these issues, they come up with declining hormonal level. Don't ignore. You must visit. You must take medical help. There is no harm. If you have a good family support, I'm sure you will tide over the crisis. Take your medication regularly. Follow medical advice and be mindful of your issues to keep absolutely healthy. Like I have already told you that there are certain specific issues which come up with women, like diseases of the cervix, for which I have told you that from the age of 30, you start visiting your gynecologist, follow the routine, get your pap test done, get your HPV status done, and whatever is advised, you do it. For breast, you follow monthly cell breast examination, annual examination from your doctor. For ovaries and uterus, it is really very difficult to diagnose them early, but if you are going to your gynecologist regularly, these can be picked up at the earliest stage. There is no prevention for this because these are mostly genetic, with a genetic lineage. But then sonography and other imaging techniques and other lab tests and all, they come to our rescue. And this can be detected early. And remember, any disease, when it is detected in the earliest stage, it can be treated completely so that you can lead a healthy life. One more thing, as the age advances, muscle weakness sets in, and then sometimes that results into urinary bleed. Maybe when you sneeze or when you cough or when you laugh or when you lift some heavy bag, then you may feel that little bit of urine has leaked. Don't take it lightly. Make a visit to your gynecologist, get yourself checked up, and then follow the advice. Okay? There may be some feeling of, you must have heard prolapse or something when uterus and organs, they come down with the weakening of the muscles and all of support. So they also needs attention. Genital infection, different types of genital infection sets in because now the hormonal level has gone down, which has been protecting the vagina and cervix and genital organs. That is gone, so you're more prone to infection. And then cancers, as I have already told you, none of the cancers has any early signs and symptoms. You have to be aware of. And if you are going for regular checkups, believe me, any issue will be detected at the earliest, which is curable. So this is, I have already talked to you. This is how the pap smear we collect. It is spread on a sheet of glass and sent for examination, microscopic examination and all. So these are the things you must have heard of, fibroid, वगैरह. As I've told you, breast, uterus, and ovarian issue, cancer especially, they have genetic thread. So be aware of your genetic history, family history. And if there is any family history, maybe you will have to get the investigations or checkups more frequently done. This is the lining of the uterus. This is cancer of the uterus. This may give some signs, this may not give some signs, but remember, these are mostly initially, every problem is asymptomatic, and by the time you get any signal, it's very late. So all this I have already talked to you, and this is how you should be protecting yourself. Sometimes there is increase in abdominal size, and you think, oh, maybe I have put on weight. That could be the reason. No, but if you are doubtful, visit your doctor. And any bleeding after cessation of period, say 1 to 2 years of period, don't take it lightly. Don't go by hearsay कि ऐसे तो कभी-कभी हो जाता है. No, you have to visit your gynecologist and rule out the disease. Most of the diseases these days are lifestyle diseases, which urbanization and industrialization की देन है, you can say. We have to counter it by practicing healthy lifestyle. This is how you are supposed to do your breast examination for yourself. You ask your gynecologist, you will be taught, and then follow it properly. One last issue, I would say, like I have already told you, that psychosocial, emotional, psychological, mental issues are more common with women. They more frequently go in depression, anxiety, irritability, all sorts of emotional turmoil. So take care of your emotional health and keep your body and mind healthy, which is not a small factor. It is rather, I would say, it's a key factor. Like I said, healthy mother bears a healthy child, delivers a healthy child. And when you are healthy in body and mind, you nurture a healthy child. Always give time to yourself. Don't feel guilty. Like Dr. Kurvey has already said. I have told you, share the responsibilities at home and work and have some spare time. You spread a smile and you get the smile. Always be happy. A smile will give you feel-good hormone. And you all know laughter is the best medicine. Do practice it, right? That is why probably the laughter clubs have sprung up. And take charge of yourself, of your life. Take your own decisions, like Dr. Kurvey has told you. Nobody has any right to take charge of your life, your body. You are the sole master. If you have a hobby, you hone the skills. If you don't have a hobby, you can certainly inculcate one which will be productive. That is the best stress buster. Practice it and experience it for yourself. Okay. So I would say I will just finish with, this is the take home message. And so nutrition, exercise, the core issues, be your own caretaker, love thyself, respect thyself, others will pitch it. Be health aware. Regularly do BSc, your regular health checkups. Follow a discipline as far as your health is concerned. Lead a healthy lifestyle most of the times. Sometimes you indulge in unhealthy practices. No issues. Don't forget to pamper yourself. Don't expect somebody else to pamper you. Okay? Like hobby, I said, this is the best stress buster. Manage your stress. Learn to manage your stress. Okay? And you will definitely be master in that. If you see someone without a smile, my dear, give her one of yours. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Both of yours deliberation were really useful. As I said, Nalini ma'am ki bhi points, the main pointers I jotted down, and the advice that you gave us for the toddlers also, the HPV vaccine, which we should because most of us are in the early motherhood stage. I will say that my daughter is 9, and more or less the attendees are into the
Yes.
same age group. So we
Yes.
can certainly take care of it. And what you said, that the me time is very important, and we should nurture our hobbies, because most of the time it so happens that oh, my office hai, bacche hai, ghar hai, and then we do not take out time for ourselves. Yes, मतलब एक हॉबी को जतन करके रखना एंड उसको revisit करना is very important. It gives us happiness. And the major takeaways I have certainly noted down, and I'm very much sure that all the attendees would be benefited from this. I'm really thankful to both of you that you have pinpointed the main things that we should keep in our mind, and the most important is to have the discipline as far as you want to live a healthy lifestyle. We will keep all your teachings in our mind, and we will we are looking forward to have a healthy future ahead. And of course, as I said, that we were really eager to meet you in person. Since we could not, I will make sure that I will come personally with Akshay, or maybe alone, to hand over the bouquet and our memento as the token of our gratitude and affection. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. In fact, I would say we would love to meet you all. I'm really, as I said, I'm really fascinated by the personalities, particularly the women personalities who play with figures. आंकड़ों से खेलते हैं. Real intelligentsia, I would say. और सरस्वती की कृपा है आप लोगों के ऊपर, and I see all of you as Saraswati. Thank you so much. And I would certainly love to meet you all in near future.
Yes, ma'am. We will plan one more session.
Definitely. May not be an academic session. Maybe just a social session I would like to have.
Sure.
Just chit chat.
Sure. We
Right?
will plan.
Yeah, that will be absolutely light, without any baggage.
Yes.
Right? So,
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. You have been so pleasant and so nice, I tell you. And sincere thanks to all the delegates who have joined. And I'm happy that male professionals, they thought of their lady wives also. And I would have been rather more comfortable and happy if they too would have been there, so they would have got an idea what their responsibility and duty is. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
So anyway, thank you so much. You will be able to convey the same in an assertive manner, I'm sure.
Yes, ma'am. I'll certainly.
Yes, right.
Thank you, thank you, Swarupa,
Thank
for
you, ma'am.
conducting so beautifully, and thank you for inviting also, and all the office bearers, and for you. Thank you so much.
It's our
Yeah.
pleasure to have you here, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do we pass?
Yeah. As Dr. Mrudul said, we can meet certainly on a not very specific or any, just as a not as a formal, but of course on a formal platform, but not as a academic or something like that. Yeah. So it is nice to meet the intellectuals. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So can we leave?
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks a lot. Kindly convey our best wishes and thanks to all the male counterparts in your association.
Yes,
It is
ma'am.
what their interest that you got an opportunity, right?
Yes.
Your
Yes.
credit goes to them. Right?
Chalo. Thank you, Sarupa.
Okay.
And
Sarupa,
now, can we take the leave? Yeah, it's okay.
Thank
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Take care.
You too.